I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota Redding, and finally I get to film one of these vehicles. Behind me is a 2021 RAV4 Prime XSE. I'll be right back.
It's like a new day, it's like a new year, it's like a new life, baby, for me and you.
Starting with the front here, we have that TNGA Toyota New Global Architecture platform. And behind that logo there is a radar system that is for smart stop. And so if it sees that you're gonna collide with another vehicle up to speeds of 110 miles an hour, it's going to slow you down by 30 miles an hour. It sees pedestrians and cyclists and does the same to speeds of 50 miles an hour. We have that honeycomb bull-face grille, and one of 5 cameras are on this here for the bird's eye camera, and also there's a rear view camera too in your mirror. And coming up to the top here, we have our radar system and another camera there. That camera sees lines in the road and does also lane trace for you. Starting on the passenger side, we have, in my opinion, the best looking rim Toyota has for an OE rim. These machine polished with the black accents in there, and Yokohama tires are on this here. We have our badging for our plug-in here, and then we have our mirror with the turn signal indicators on here. And coming up to this passenger door, this is a proximity key here, a really cool key, so you can turn on your AC to cool down because of the 42 miles electric charge you have on the battery. Coming up here, I just have this in my pocket, and I could just put my hands on the notch and I just lock the vehicle. Coming up to unlock, I just grab it and open it up, just that easy. Down towards the bottom here, we have this body side molding just to give it that more beefier look, and I think that has something to do with the aerodynamics too of the vehicle, and your all-wheel drive badges here. And then you have 2 doors. This one here is the electric side of the vehicle, and you have your charging port on this side of the vehicle. Being it's a hybrid, it's going to get the best fuel mileage it can get. We have wind vortex generators, basically defusing the wind and tightening up the steering and cleaning up the wind so it gets better fuel mileage. Here in the back seat, we have a lot of features that we don't see in other Toyotas. We have heated seats here. We have a heated seat button for the rear passengers, something that Toyota doesn't really do in pretty much anything. And then we have rear air vents, not that big of an SUV, and then like 2 USB ports. These seats will fold down to flat here. And then we have quite a bit larger cargo storage area. And then it opens up. Inside here we have the all-weather cargo tray, and then your complimentary charger. In the back here we have a privacy or tonneau cover to store your stuff, and so you could hide your things so people don't take inventory and break out your window. This easily removes just like that, so when you need the extra stowage, you have that. There is some people that like to camp in these, and there's an air mattress that's designed to fit this back here, so you could go out camping in it. In the back seat, very adequate. Love that they put heated seats in this for the rear passengers. I'm 6'2". I had that seat pretty far back for me, and I still have a good 1.5 inches or so of knee room in here. Again, if I'm back here, I have power ports and air vents for me to charge my electronics. Coming to the inside here, I just love the fit and finish and the different materials. We have this red stitching that's throughout the vehicle, on the seats, through the dash, on the doors. 2 driver memory sets. We have our typical stuff we find in every vehicle: power mirrors, power windows, power locks. And then here's some of the special things we have. We have our auto dimming high beam, heated windshield wipers. That's our camera view for our bird's eye camera system, heated steering wheel, and then our 120 AC power, and then there's a button that opens up our power liftgate too. Coming into the driver's seat here, this is Softex, a synthetic leather that Toyota makes. It's one of the nicest synthetics on the market. It's very durable, much better than natural leathers. It doesn't break down. But I love this red stitching that keeps going throughout. And then this band they put across here. Then you have your perforated seats because it's ventilated. The bolstering in this is just extremely nice. These are extremely comfortable seats. They're very plush. Just love how they feel. We've got our center console in here. We're going to find more USB ports in this, of course. And then the passenger seat gets just as nice of a seat here also. Just coming across this dash, everything is soft touch here. And then you have this red stitching again that comes through. And just all the materials. I love all these materials. A pocket here for your cell phones. We got a glove box below that. Being this proximity key, all I have to do is put my foot on the brake, push the power button, starts the vehicle. One of the bigger digital displays for the driver's information center here. And it gives you the speedometer digitally through a digital screen. We have our power meter. We have analog gauges for our fuel, and then our battery charge and where it's sitting at. This hasn't been recharged yet. Up on top here, it's hard to see if I could get in on this here, but we have the heads up display. So it's going to display your speed, your lane departure, and it'll read speed limits as you go by also. On this screen, we have a whole bunch of information for the driver. This is no messages, so if there was an issue with this vehicle, it would tell you what's wrong with this vehicle. And scrolling over, it just gives you your ecometer, your charge ratios, driving distance to empty. I've seen videos already on YouTube of real world tests where these vehicles on 100-mile tests are getting about 90 miles to the gallon with the full electric of 42-mile range, and then it going back to a electric hybrid mode and running gas and hybrid going and combined getting over 90 miles a gallon. So these will get incredible fuel mileage. If you have less than a 42-mile trip on a full charge, then you can run electric continuously. We have our lane departure screen here, and also that has our lane trace. So when we're going down the highway, I just have my hand on the steering wheel. Once these blue lines would come up, then it will just literally drive in the middle of the lane without me having to really steer it. And again, those lane departures, if you leave your lane, it's going to alert you and then slightly steer correct you. You also have your adaptive or radar pacing cruise control in here. Those 3 bars are for 3 seconds of pacing, 2.5 and 2 seconds. And then we have our audio is off here. This again is your trip information. And then you have your charging and your all-wheel drive information. Here, your tire PSIs in here. Here's your all-wheel drive. It's going to tell you how each vehicle's wheels getting power. So it's fully electric, so it's an intelligent all-wheel drive. So a computer senses when the wheels need traction. It's going to tell you how much traction each wheels are going to get. And this is all your Toyota safety sense. We have lane departure alert, pre-collision, blind spot monitoring. We have parking sonar, rear cross traffic alert, backing out of a space blind. The sonar sees for you and will beep internally when a vehicle or somebody's walking, and also flashing your blind spot mirrors that someone is coming from the direction. Backup stop is on this here too, heads up display, and this is the one that reads the signs and stop signs when you go through it too. And back to the no message screen. This here is the infotainment screen. This gives you a variety of different information. You'll have your phone information in the bottom when your phone's connected. It gives you your audio source. And then you get half of your integrated maps. It also does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that will port onto screen by plugging it in. And you could use the connected maps through Google Maps or Waze Maps also on this system too, along with the integrated maps. If I want full maps without using my phone, I just touch the screen and that's going to open to full maps. That's the largest screen that's available for a RAV4, this one here. And the menu button will give me a variety of information. Where it says project, that will say Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on there, and then that will port your phone into this screen here. We have our audio here, and this has Sirius XM on a trial subscription along with whatever else you want to bring in, AM FM, of course. And has JBL premium audio with Clarify. Coming down to the bottom, we have dual climate control, so we have his and hers on here, and then we have it's on heaters on high. Again, you have an AC button from your key fob that's available. You got your different flows, your fan speeds, and then down below, something that's very new for RAV4s. They do this to the Limited, and now to this Prime, you have heated, ventilated seats, and this also is a dual power seat. Also, below here is a wireless charging pad for your phone. It's called Qi Wireless, spelled QI. You just need to put your adaptable phone onto that pad, push this button here, and then it will start charging your phone. If you have a non-compatible phone, there's cases on Amazon that will make it compatible. We have our driving modes on here. We have full electric vehicle mode, we have auto electric, we have our normal, and then it has a sport mode. And then we have an eco mode, just the opposite. So we'll go fast or go slow, and safe fuel or not safe fuel. And then we have a trail mode for being off-road, so the vehicle knows that. This here is our auto dimming rear view mirror. Below here is our memory sets or home link for our garage door. And this is one of the cool things. So if you got heads or boxes or anything blocking your rear view out that window back there, you have a camera by just flipping this lever. It's below the mirror. Then this turns into a camera and starts seeing everything behind you, which is really cool. Coming up to the top here, we have our dome lights, and then controls for our panoramic sunroof, shade, power shade, and then open up our moonroof and sunroof. And then we have reading lights here. And then this is a cool button here. So this is known as SOS. And what that button does is for emergencies. If you're ever in an accident where airbags deploy, it will alert the center to call you and ask if you need help. And then also, if you're in an emergency, you can push that button. Also does roadside assistance, stolen vehicle locator, tech support. And then there's an app for this vehicle that you could download to your phone that allows you to start the car, turn on your climate, roll up your windows, and check your fuel levels, all available through this system. Again, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota, Redding, California. This is just one of so many trims of vehicles that Toyota has in the RAV4s. It's just almost mind-boggling trying to keep up with everything that they have available. A vehicle that realistically should see 80 or 90 miles a gallon combined with the hybrid and the electric systems, 42 miles of range on its electric alone, have the ability to off-road a little bit, have the ability to really get through snow, have the ability to tow a little bit, give you the space and the comfort of a much higher, more loaded vehicle coming up and challenging the Tesla market here with a lot of the features you'll see with like lane trace, and then giving you some of these nicer features with the heated ventilated seats, dual power seats, a first ever for Toyota. Thank you again for watching my video. Have a great day.